What's good, YouTube? We are back, and today we're going to be going over the NBA's future and how it starts now. Tonight is the second night of the NBA season, and we just witnessed some historic performances from rookie and sophomore, third-year players who just show that now is the start of a brand new era of basketball. We saw some records get broken. We saw some massive nights, some massive debuts. And we're going to go over each and every single one of them, starting off with VJ Edgecombe, who just had one of the best performances by a rookie in his first game we've ever seen. He finishes the game off with 34 points, and he nearly tops Wilt Chamberlain's record, which he set way back 50 years ago of the most points scored by a rookie in his first game. I know he nearly beat that, but guess what he did beat? Definitively a LeBron record. Anyone who damn near beats a Wilt Chamberlain record and then already beats a LeBron record in their first game, that is absolutely monumental. He had more points in a singular quarter, the first quarter of their NBA career, than LeBron James. He held the record previously with 14. And VJ Edgecombe topped that. So, I mean, what are we talking about here, dude? What are we talking about? I was super high on VJ Edgecombe coming into the season from the draft, and not even my expectations could have built me up for this type of debut. What a monster performance. He just played the game with such poise, and he was taking shots that just came natural to him. He ended up finishing the game off with 34 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a 1-point win against the Boston Celtics, where him and Tyrese Maxey just had such a good flow and connection. They look like such a cohesive backcourt in the NBA, and it's only their first game, small sample size, but still, bro, they look really good out there. Maxey just went off. He had 7 3-pointers. He was 7 from 9 from 3, and he just could not miss. He dropped 40. Now, I just want to touch on this. Joel Embiid looked absolutely lost and confused. I mean, he was benched towards the end of the game, and you just got to hope that this is a hiccup. I think he only finished the game off with like 4 points. Maybe he shot like 10% from the field. It was absolutely ugly. He just did not move properly. He was not taking the right shots. He just did not look like himself. And you just hope, if you're a Sixers fan, that is a hiccup and that, you know, he's just going to bounce back from that because he is Joel Embiid at the end of the day. But, yeah, great start for VJ Edgecombe. Another star who just absolutely balled out today. This is a battle of the young bloods, the young bucks going at it. It was Wemby versus Flagg, and I mean, it was pretty lopsided, but we're going to talk about it regardless. Wemby is an absolute superstar. He looked like the best we've ever seen him before. I know we've seen him drop 50 before. I know we've seen him go on these hot streaks in these big games, but today just felt absolutely dominant. I mean, Wemby has really stepped back from being a three-point heavy volume player, which we really saw in flashes in his first 2 years of being in the NBA. But now it seems like he doesn't really need that aspect of his game. Yes, he can stretch the floor, but that's not going to be his main process of scoring a bucket. And, I mean, look what he did tonight, bro. He had an absolutely monster game. He was getting and ones on and ones. I think he shot like 12 free throws definitively. And it wasn't like he was forcing these shots. He was getting absolutely hacked. And that's pretty much the only way you can defend him because, you know, before what he would do was just, you know, kind of do a hezzy, maybe go left, go right, pop a mid-range, and he still does that. But now he's able to do that, and on top of that, if he's too close, he's just gonna reverse dunking on you, and it's just scary, bro. It is just scary because Wemby is getting to that point where he's he is going to end up as a top 5 player in the NBA by the end of this season, and we also saw a big performance from Stephon Castle. They just look like such a good duo at this point. And Stephon Castle finished the game off with 22 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. The 5 turnovers was not ideal, but we also need to talk about Dylan Harper making his debut. He shot 50% from the field, and he took pretty wide shots. He looked like he was in his rhythm, in his flow. He came off the bench, and with 22 minutes, bro, I mean, come on. That's solid. That's real solid numbers. To have 15, 4, and 2. And now we got to talk about the biggest debut of tonight. It wasn't the most impressive, but it was absolutely the largest by just name value alone. The number 1 overall pick out of Duke, Flagg. And what we learned is he ain't there yet. he ain't there yet. He's still going to be a work in progress player. I mean, you saw flashes of him throughout the preseason. You saw flashes of him throughout the summer league. He has a lot of potential, and tonight was no different. You saw him at the very beginning of the game get that steal and almost have probably one of the most toughest, probably would have been the toughest first point by a rookie ever, where Anthony Davis gets the ball, throws the lob to him, and it could have been a nasty dunk, bro. I was about to jump up out of my seat. It didn't end up going through, but regardless, he just did not look really too good after that. He looked like he was kind of forcing shots, that he wasn't able to get to his rhythm, and I don't think he scored a bucket until towards like halftime almost. And Cooper Flagg finished the game off with 10 points, 10 rebounds. The thing that I did really like, because the offensive potential is 100% there, but the defensive potential, there is no potential. It's there already. He has high defensive upside to be a top 5 defensive wing in the NBA, and he showed it tonight. I mean, it already started. He was able to put a pressure on shots, come out with takeaways, go out with being able to just change shots. You saw that straight up right there tonight in his first ever NBA game. I think Cooper Flagg is going to be absolutely fine. I wouldn't overreact about this whatsoever. He looked like he's absolutely fine. There's no reason to overthink this. But the offensive bag and versatility is going to take some time. Man, there were so many games in the league today that I was just struggling to keep up with all of them at the same time. But I am going to go back and rewatch the ones that I missed. And the ones that I did watch, I saw Anthony Edwards just 40 points, had that absolute dagger towards the end of the game. That was nasty. If you know what I'm talking about. Nasty. We had Devin Booker just go crazy in the clutch against the Kings, and they pulled off a crazy 20-point comeback. So shout out the Phoenix Suns. I actually think they're going to be a sleepy sounds crazy, bro. I actually think they're going to be a pretty sleeper team. They could be pretty sneaky and maybe even make the playoffs. I'm kind of a little high on them, a bit higher than most other people are. We saw the Jazz just absolutely torch the Clippers. I mean, I don't know what the Clippers got into towards the beginning of the game, but once they went down, they were just never able to come back. We saw the Knicks and Cavaliers go at it, and I didn't really watch too much of this one. I got to go back and rewatch it, but from the looks of it, Cat was doubtful. Cat played anyways, and the Knicks won. So I got to rewatch that one. And then Hornets, Nets, we ain't watching that. No, we are not watching that. The Magic looked phenomenal, though. The Magic actually looked nice. I did watch a large portion of that game. Franz, Paolo, and Bane looked like an absolute unit. I saw a stat that said that the Magic last season only scored 125 points 3 times in the entirety of last season. In their first ever game together as a trio, already scored 125 points. So, big ups to the Magic, bro. That's been Bane photo shoot was absolutely nasty. That was so tough. Check that out if you haven't, bro. But yeah, that's my recap of today's NBA slate of games. I'm gonna go in and really go in depth on more of these teams later down. Yeah, the future of this team is here. I meant to say league. I'm going to edit that part out. The future of this league is here, and I think that's the biggest takeaway I got from tonight's slate of games. But if you enjoyed this type of content, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. If you're still here, I appreciate you. Take care.